Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap and welcome to the success story session. Today we have with us Mr. Dias Denny, who has cleared the NABARD Grade A in this attempt only, and this was his first attempt and he was able to clear the NABARD Grade A. He did not have the UPSC background or he did not prepare for the RBI or SEBI, and still without the UPSC background he was able to clear the NABARD Grade A. So let's understand from him only that what was his strategy and how he was able to clear the NABARD Grade A. So first of all, heartiest congratulations to you, sir, for clearing the NABARD Grade A, such a prestigious post.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Hope all are doing good.
So how is the feeling like when you saw the result? Were you expecting that I will be able to clear?
Actually, I was little underconfident, but I 50%. Sometimes it can pass, sometimes it can't pass. That's the thing. Actually, there was I given SIBI grade A too. At that time, I was very confident, but I didn't crack it. So
Okay.
okay.
Okay. And what was your reaction of your family? What was the reaction?
They were very happy, and I, they, I can't express it in words.
Yeah, I can feel that how happy you are, and your family must also be very proud and happy, and such a joyous moment, I can say. So, yes, now coming to your educational background, can you tell the aspirants that what was your educational background?
I studied civil engineering from KTU University. Uh, after actually at that time, the reason why I chose civil engineering was because I want to be a professor at that time. But later I realized the one must have PhD to excel in that career.
Hmm.
That I have to study a lot of years, lot more years. So I decided not to continue the civil engineering background, and then I tried to find out my passion. I tried almost eight careers, and after
Okay.
that I came on to banking. For the past 1.5 years, I have been preparing for bank exams. And,
Okay.
okay, that's
So you were working somewhere while you were
it.
preparing for NABARD?
Actually, I was not working while I was preparing, but after the interview, I joined ESIC as upper division clerk.
Okay. And so you cleared the exam and you were able to work
Yes,
there.
yes, ma'am. Uh,
Okay.
that that institution is also very good.
Yes.
Okay, they were very cordial.
So now coming to what was your motivation behind NABARD Grade A? Like you did not give the RBI or SEBI, or you did not give the UPSC especially. So what was the motivation behind joining this, giving this exam that is NABARD Grade A?
So one thing is, fortunately, unfortunately, when I was preparing, there was no standard exam like SBI and IBPS, RB because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
So the only two exams that came was ESIC Upper Division Clerk as well as SIBI Grade A.
Hmm.
Uh, Actually, I was really underconfident at that time, but although I given the SIBI Grade A exam,
Yes.
with my preparation because I have no other exam to prepare. So after this result of the exam, I passed it, and I was suddenly I understood there is some market for my skills. Unfortunately, I didn't pass the CB interview by 4 marks.
Hmm.
But at that time itself, I became confident, and I want to give exam regulatory board exams like SEBI and NABARD, not regulatory body, supervised development bank,
Hmm.
and that's how I joined. I decided to prepare for NABARD, and luckily I went through it in first attempt.
That is really nice. And I'm really happy that you cleared the NABARD grade A, and that is in the first attempt. So we have to understand the strategy from you only, that how you were able to clear the NABARD grade A in the first attempt only. Because usually the students have this perception now, you must have the UPSC background because descriptive writing is there and such thing. So let's understand from you your strategy. But first, before that, which kind of student you were? You were some topper student or average student? Because people have this perception that you have to be the topper or you should be the topper to clear such government exams, right?
Actually, I was a below average student in civil engineering while I was doing civil engineering. My CGPA, my pass percentage is around 62 only.
Okay.
So still, I think education background doesn't affect the result. It's all about your consistency and hard work.
Yes,
If you don't, if you do it consistently, you can pass it.
that is
That
so true. Yes.
I
So
always, I, I always believe that giving 110 percentage every day
hmm.
helps you to improve a lot. That's what I believe while I was preparing for NAPA.
That is so true. Like, it doesn't matter that if you have 90% or 99% or 60%. Like, sir even had like 62% and still he was able to crack NABARD. So it all matters to, like sir has said, that how consistent you are, how dedicated, hardworking you are, and how you are growing per day. So that is so true. So now
Guidance,
coming,
guidance is also important for
yes.
the result.
That is so true. So now coming to the struggles, like what were the struggles that you have faced in this NABARD grade A exam?
But from the phase one or
Yeah, from like the uh, struggles that you faced during this journey of clearing NABARD, we can say.
in the phase one, there are 8 subjects.
Hmm.
5 are qualifying, and other 3 are scoring sections.
Hmm.
So my strategy in the qualifying exams are about English, uh, quant and reasoning. I didn't prepare it differently because
Hmm.
I was already preparing for bank exams.
Hmm.
Then computer and decision making. I watched one YouTube video for computer, and they only ask some basic questions about the computer. So if you have basics about this computer, if you do not give a lot of negatives, you can easily pass it up.
Okay.
Then decision making. Um, Actually, I prepared it from a different source, uh, uh, and during my revision days, no, not revision days. During my preparation, I actually give only 1 day for preparing the decision making. The fact is that if you give, you have to keep in mind that you should not give negatives while writing decision making and computer, because these two is the most uh, most important qualifying section. Most failure occurs in these sections.
That is true. So for the qualifying section, you like the QRE, that is quant, reasoning, and English. You were okay with that. You just prepared a little, you practiced a little, and you were okay with that. For the
Yes,
computer and the decision making, you believe that the minimum of the efforts are also good, but you shouldn't be giving the negatives. That is also a very good strategy, that you should know that okay, the basic knowledge I should have, and on that I should stick, and I should not try to attempt all the questions that will increase the negative marking.
yes. Decision making, I think it's all about common sense. If you have common sense, you can crack it easily. That's
Okay. So now coming to the merit section. So that has the general awareness, ARD and ESI. So talking first about the ARD, you do not have the ARD background. So how difficult ARD was for you?
ARD. Uh, when it comes to ARD, there are some sections which are repeating. Uh, uh, for that, you first, my advice for you to is to first go through previous year question papers. That's very important,
Hmm.
because that's where you understood these are the sections are very important. You can't study everything
Hmm.
just short. To me, I only got one okay, for 40-45 days to prepare. So preparing everything is not easy to. So what I did was I gone through the previous question paper and I identified some sections that are repeating, and I studied it relentlessly. I I'm weak in remembering things. So what I did was I gone through these sections thrice. And this time I was able to remember that obviously at that time.
Okay. So what you can do is that you have to focus on the important areas that you see that again and again in the previous year questions. These are the sections that are the most important and are being asked. So that you can focus on, and you can focus on the syllabus, and you can prepare according to that. And the revision is the key, because if you have gone through the whole syllabus but you have not, you are not remembering, you cannot remember during the exams, of course you won't be able to do good sometimes. So now
I have
coming.
I have seen a lot of guys. They used to study new topics until the last day, and they start try to revise it in the last day. That is not easy. That's very difficult because there are a lot of things you have to learn. There are 8 subjects, so revision is very important. One can't un, un, one can't think that it's not important. Yes.
That is true. So now coming to the ESI, how you were preparing for ESI, and what was your strategy for the ESI especially?
For ESI, there are 5 things: current affairs, then government schemes very important, budget, economic survey, and PIB. Uh, Actually, I prepared from a different source. One thing I can assure is there is one mission IAS notes where is totally it's emphasizing on economic issues and social issues. That's a very important source because it is very helpful in preparing. It's also short, not that much large. Then ESA. Yes, I gone. I studied all these things relentlessly. Given at least 2 hours per day for this ESA preparation, at
Okay.
least.
And like how important the schemes are, and how you were preparing for the schemes especially.
Oh, one thing I want to tell that uh, when it comes to ESA normally static questions are not asked more. Normally it's all only so far they only ask, or not only they mostly ask about the current sections.
Hmm.
So, ma'am, what was the question again? Okay.
So how you were preparing for the schemes, and how did you focus on that?
Schemes. I think I given 6 days for schemes. Each day I will remember. I will study one ministry's kind of the schemes. There are agriculture. There are many important ministers. Ministry of Agriculture, Agriculture, Rural Development, um, the minority affairs. I actually education. The MSME. These are there are 6-7 important ministries, and one has to learn. Give time for learning that.
Yes.
Then actually, okay, that if you ask once you ask, I will tell that the unique strategy.
Okay. So now coming to like how many months of the schemes are important?
I think it's 1 year. I think 1 year.
Okay.
They asked about 1 year, but
Okay.
mostly they are from the near 6 months.
Okay. So we can say that near 6 months to the exam, the schemes that are popping up at that time in the newspapers, we can say, or the current affairs, those are the important schemes that we should do. And we have to focus that, okay, in the 1 year time period, that what are the very important schemes that were repeating. So that will be the most important, of course. So
Yes,
now I think we have talked about the ESI. Do you want to add something for the ESI and ARD before moving to the general awareness?
Actually, I used a strategy, unique strategy that fits on for both all three. That is ESA, ARD, and GA. In that, I used my pencil, and for example, my let's take a sentence. My name is not Denny. My name is Dias. Then I will underline my name is then not Denny. I underline Dias. So after in the second revision, I will read my name is Dias. While going through my second revision, I again take a highlighter pen, and this time I will highlight the important subjects that are name and dias. So for the third time when I was going through this topic, I just want to skim through these topics only. Skim through these words. Name is name, dias. So it's very time saving, and this very much helped me a lot. I think if you do this thing relentlessly, one day will be enough for your third revision.
So yes,
That's
that is true. So first time you were marking it with the pencil, the important things, and then after the second revision, in the third revision, you were highlighting
in the
it,
second
and
revision.
in the
In
second
the
revision
second
you were
revision.
highlighting it and making it concrete in your brain, as well as in the third revision, you just have to see the highlighted point. So that is
Yes,
absolutely true. That by the
yes,
third revision, you will remember everything.
yes. Just you want to skim over that topics.
Yes, that is so true. So now I think we can move to the GA, and how many months of the general awareness is important?
Ma'am, it's ma'am. I think it's 4 months. 4 months will be enough. But if you do 6 months, 6 months, it's very much ideal.
Okay.
Then one thing one has to know is one has to stick on to a single source. Do
Hmm.
not go through different sources.
Hmm. True.
Uh, Once I gone through Affairs Cloud at a time.
Hmm.
That's all,
Okay.
ma'am.
So now, how important do you think you have told that 3 times of the revision helped you a lot? Now,
Yes.
how important do you think the mocks are? Because many of the people say that through the mocks only you can revise again and you can test your knowledge. So, what is your take on mocks?
Actually, I given 5 to 6 months, but at that time I given three mocks uh, consisting of all portions, and then I given 2 3 extra mocks for qualifying sections only, especially decision making and uh, this computer. That's the most important thing because I have no background on that.
Yes.
That's
So, what we can understand from Mr. Denny is that the revision is the key. How many times, like you have done 7 topics out of 10, but you have revised those 7 topics very thoroughly. So, that is the key for your success, I can say.
yes, yes, nice, ma'am. Definitely.
And you can see that how strategic he was, how intelligent he was revising the things again, and he was marking the things so that he doesn't have to read through the text again. He can go to the facts, he can go to the names and such directly by just seeing his notes, by seeing the magazines, we can
Highlighted
say.
point.
Yes.
Highlighted
So
points.
now I think we can move to the anything else that you want to add for the phase 1 before moving to the phase 2, or should we just move?
Yes, one more thing. Unique strategy I used while GA was I was very I was very weak in remembering dates. So what I did was I remember I remembered all 31 names of my civil engineering class, and uh, with that for example, 21 is December, I think, is a fisheries day. So I would visualize that 20, that person with the 21 roll number uh, as a fisherman in my mind. And this has helped me to remember dates, important dates. I think this is very useful too. That's why I share it.
That is really nice that you can make your own strategy like Mr. Denny has done, that you can connect the things with some other things so that you remember the dates, because dates are the most like hard to remember things. So yes,
Yes.
for the dates, for the special dates, like every month, every year, some day is happening, so that you can remember it through the different strategy.
One other thing I used to do is if I think the answer there is a 50-50 chance for each answer, then I will do it, because the chance of getting mark is probability of getting marks is 0.5, whereas probability of losing marks is 0.25. So since the probability is high, I will mark that question, and luckily it all went good for me.
That is true. So you have to give mocks for that also to understand that, okay, how I should be attempting such kind of questions, which I think I'm not very sure about. So for through mocks, you are able to strategize yourself that yes,
Yes.
I should be attempting such kind of questions. I should be leaving such kind of questions. So now I think we can move to the phase two part, and starting with the first paper one, that is the descriptive writing. So how did you prepare for that? Because you do not have the descriptive background, right?
Yes.
So what was your strategy for the phase paper one?
First and the foremost thing when I speak about descriptive is typing speed. Or the you can't consider it is a not it is a very modern thing actually. I have heard a lot of guys telling I only type 900 words out of 2000 words. I only type 1000 words. That's not enough. You have to type I think you have to type at least 1400 words. uh, Otherwise sometimes you can clear, but from persons I met, I think 1400 words is the minimum criteria. So you have to improve your typing skills. uh, then I have given almost 6 mocks for this I think 7 mocks, I think 7 mocks for ESA, the all descriptive preparation. In that focused on techniques like spelt, pest, uh, SWOT analysis, and Moscow method. All these four to five methods are very important to remember, to structure the essay very well. Also, getting enough content. This would also help. The spell means social, political, economical, environmental, ethical, legal, L for legal, T for technological, tinker. One more thing I am not getting. Uh, so if you know all these things, you can fetch the content very easily. Uh, then uh, actually different. What's the next question?
Yes, so so you have told really well that you focused on some particular strategies, like you have said that you made your own strategy, such as SPILT. So you focused on the social issues, you focused on the economic issues, on the technological background, and environmental issues. So such kind of strategies can be made, and you have to remember that, okay, these are the things that I have to focus on, and you have to analyze yourself. As sir has done, sir has given a lot of mocks to understand that what is the problem in the descriptive writing, to analyze his weaknesses, to analyze his strengths. So such is the thing that if you are giving the descriptive writing for the first time, if you are doing it for the first time, try to analyze your strengths and the weaknesses through the mocks only. So now coming to the paper 2, that is
Yeah,
the ARD and ESI. Yes, so can you tell that how you were able to do the ARD part? Again, it is very difficult from coming from non agriculture background.
actually, when it comes to ESA and ARD, I took a long book, and in that one page will be for example, the topic is globalization. Then I will give one whole page for globalization static. I only write the headings uh, after reading the that particular topic. I only give the read the type write the topics only. Then in the second page, what I do, it's I will try to write the current affairs related to that specific topic. For globalization, I simply type the topic globalization in Google, and I go to new section, and then I take the all the notes and write it in the right page. And in this way, it will take only up to 50 to 60 pages to complete all the topics. And then after that, I used to revise all these notes again and again, so that I assure that I have not forgotten anything, any topic regarding this specific topic. So that was important. Um, that's all. Okay.
So for the ARD, which were the important topics that you focused on, or which were the important questions you practiced?
Actually, I gone through everything actually.
Okay. So for the ARD,
Actually, the very first day after the prelims exam, I started studying for mains exam, because I was bit confident that I can crack this. So as I told, the consistency is very important in preparing these exams. I was consistent, and that helped me a lot.
okay. So for the ARD, you prepared everything very well and you were consistent. You were revising a lot of times and you were also practicing a lot. Like 7 mocks is a big, like, is a good thing. So with this, with the consistency, with the dedication, with the revision that you were doing, you were able to do it well. You were able to do the ESI and ARD well. Especially, you were also selecting the topics. You were writing those topics like 50 pages, filling 50 pages. That means you have gone through different topics and you have gone through the current affairs related to the topic also. So now for the ESI, coming to the schemes part again, or the current affairs part for the objective. So how did you prepare for the schemes or the objective part of the ARD and ESI?
When it comes to space 2 objective exam, you have to understand it will be a little more difficult. They will give a passage and you have to understand that. Then write according to that. So you have to be little better prepared for that, for the government schemes this time. And I think if you prepare very well the descriptive, then it's enough. It's enough for you to crack the objective too. Both goes hand in
Hand
hand.
in hand, yes. So you were preparing very well for the ESI, for the descriptive. You were referring to the current affairs, you were focusing on the schemes, and that helped you directly in the objective. So both the preparation of the objective and the descriptive are not different. You have to prepare the current affairs for the descriptive also. So you were preparing through that. So now I think we can come to the
One important thing is uh, I go in the initial days of my space 2 preparation. I gone through Kurukshetra magazine. Okay, that is I think that also is helpful, because first and the last paragraph should be very attractive. According to me, it should be very attractive. So if you need to do it, you have to have some general things that's just like something like more than 50% of the employees are working in a agriculture background. This is like sentences can help you boost boost the attractiveness
answer.
of that your essay.
Yeah.
That's
That is true. Like putting the facts relevant with the
yes.
question, so it adds to the answer because it makes
Yes,
the answer appear more relevant and to the point, I can say. So
yes,
yes,
Kurukshetra as well as reports and indices. So very important.
yes, reports and indices and Kurukshetra. So now I think anything else that you want to add for the phase 2 for the ESI, ARD and the descriptive writing such?
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, so now I think we can move to the interview part. And how did you prepare for the interview?
From the very first day, I wrote the mains exam. I given 1 hour for 1 hour each day for the preparation until the results came. And that 1 hour, I uh, I actually went through YouTube channels
Okay.
and try to learn the modern agriculture techniques that are present in the country, not in the country, world. And then also I used to go through Play Store and download all the apps related to agriculture and rural development. The
Okay.
uh, idea is to learn from the perspective of the farmers and rural people. And this has given me a lot of confidence that because I am sure that this thing most guys haven't done that. So if any chance the interviewer asked me, "What have you prepared?" Suddenly, I can tell these two things, which I think can be a plus point. Uh,
Yes.
After that, once the result came, I started to be serious, and I give a lot of time to for preparation. And in this time, just like most of the guys, I given I read a annual NABARD annual report, state focus report, PLP of three districts because I stayed in all these three districts when I was studying. So I gone through three PLPs and then Hindu newspaper, uh, especially editorials. So, okay, actually, I, uh, I, I took notes of these, these topics.
Okay.
The annual report. I think it is very. It's not that much difficult to take notes. Once you take notes, then remembering can be easy because you can revise it more easily. That's why I am confident that
Okay. That is really good. So
also.
you focused on the important reports, you focused on the Hindu newspaper, you were reading the editorials, as well as you had the unique strategy to download the apps that the farmers use or that is made for the farmers to understand the working, that how the government is working for the farmers or how these apps are able to help the farmers.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Uh,
So
then, okay, okay.
did you give any mock interview also?
Yes, that is actually I am trying to about it. I given two mock interviews. First my first mock interview didn't go well. I was totally underconfident at the time. And after that first mock interview, I have a feeling that I'm not going to crack this number anyway. And the, I even didn't study anything for next 3 days. That was I was totally underconfident at the time. And then I started. Okay, let's give one again chance. And then I started studying. And then I given I EduTap mock interview. And it was really helpful. The reason why helpful is yes, they ask you little different difficult questions compared to the ordinary interview, but still they will make sure ensure that your confidence is not affected. uh, that's one important thing I have to tell about EduTap mock interview, which was very useful. And also, I prepared everything from EduTap mock interview course. In that, it was very useful. In that, uh, there is one section where it's all focusing on the topos interview, and other thing is focusing on all question that can be asked from your resume, I mean biodata. uh, then there is one topic about interview mannerism. All these are very helpful for me while I was preparing. I had there also EduTap has one Telegram channel for that too. That was very useful. So Ritika ma'am used to take classes every day. I think during that interview session, and it was very helpful. Also, there is. Um, there is a interview transcript that I read through this EduTap mock interview group. And also one thing I have to tell that while you are preparing for interview, it is very important to go through Telegram. There is one Telegram channel based on the transcripts that are done that have been asked in the previous year's interview, and it's very important because I have prepared from it well, and I think 2-3 questions came from that too, so it was very helpful for me.
Okay. So mostly you did the preparation for the interview through the EduTap interview course, and it was able to help you. The mannerism session and everything, it was quite helpful. So thank you for that. And I am happy that our course was able to help you.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, there was your Telegram WhatsApp group based on the past success, the shortlisted candidates of EduTap. Sorry, this NABARD, and we used to discuss which is the best to do the online source, and all of the are of the opinion that it's a EduTap.
That is really nice. That is really nice to hear, and thank you so much. So it always is nice to hear that how our work is affecting the students and how it is helping the aspirants, especially. So that is really nice to hear that it has helped such a huge number of students. So now I think we can come to that. How was the panel like when you entered the room? So of course it must be a different feeling. So how was the feeling? How was the panel?
Since it was my second interview, first was my Sydney grade interview. So second, I knew these things. I used to repeat the problem and and I was very well prepared for that. Also, as I told earlier, in EduTap there was this topic based on interview mannerism. So I just gone through it religiously, and I just copied whatever things she told to us. And once I entered the interview, first question was a bit technical. First question was just they asked to introduce myself and just introduce. And second question was a bit technical. They asked the difference between natural farming and organic farming. I don't know at that time. I didn't get it, and I straight away told that I didn't get it. It's very important. If you don't know, do not try to bluff the interview panel. Tell them you don't know, because interview round is already over. Sorry, and
knowledge round.
knowledge part is also already over. So it's how you express in front of them. That's very important. So I told them, no, I don't know. Then they asked one opinion-based question. Which is better, two-tier cooperative structure or three-tier cooperative structure? I was very well prepared for that, because one of my uncle was a retired cooperative manager, cooperative bank manager, and therefore I had some conversation with him. And at the time, he used to tell that these things, and it was very helpful for me at the time. Then as I told, from the EduTap, the one Telegram channel based on this interview is there, and there are a lot of transcript. And they asked from these transcripts also, like what is sustained development, because I have studied sustainable engineering, civil engineering. So they asked me what is sustained development. Actually, luckily I went through it the day before it, and that's why I answered easily. Okay.
So there were the mixed, like there were some HR based or resume based question also, or there were mostly technical questions?
Technical, I think just one question. That's the only question they asked. What is the difference between natural farming and organic farming? Then all was based on my replies for all the questions, and it all mostly revolve around the resume, and they there was one question from state focus report.
Hmm.
They asked me, there was one place where in your district, in your state, where it is it's not two tied, it's three tides. What is that place? They asked like something like that. And since I read the state focus report, I was ready to answer that easily.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
And your first language it is not Hindi, right?
no, my first language is not in Hindi.
Okay. So your first language is what
Malayalam.
is Malayalam? Okay. So in English, was it difficult to give the interview? Or
Actually, those things are those questions are I actually prepare for that. So I don't know whether it has affected that. I don't think it has affected that.
okay. So yes, but your first language is Malayalam, and still you were able to give the NABARD grade A, and you were able to crack the interview, and you in the first attempt only you have become the NABARD grade A officer. It is really nice because usually we have this perception now, if you do not know English, what we will do, how we will give the interview. So it doesn't matter. It just matters that how much knowledge you have, what kind of personality you have, and such a humble person you are, and you gave the interview and you were able to clear the NABARD grade A without having the first language as English or without having the first language as Hindi. So it must give the confidence to all the aspirants that whatever language you have, you must have the knowledge to able to clear the NABARD grade A. So that is really nice to see.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So yes. So now coming to the HR based question, can you tell one or two questions that came from your resume or that were from your resume?
Yes, they asked me uh, what is the meaning of your name. They first asked me what is the meaning of Denny, and I told that my name is Dias, not my Denny is my father's name. And then I specified one or two names regarding that. That's
Okay. So, yes, that is a very unique name, Dias, that we do not hear much. And
all.
you got the technical questions also, you got the HR questions also. You said to the no questions, no also. So, how was the interview? Like when you get out of the interview, what was your perception that I will be able to clear or I won't be able to clear?
60% I was sure about that. I will crack.
Okay, that is really nice. So now I think we are towards the end of the session. Is there any message that you want to give to the aspirants? In English also, you should give the message, and in your own language also. Kindly give the message to the aspirants, if any.
Yeah, as I told earlier, consistency and guidance is the most important thing. If you do have both, you can crack it. I learned it when I was giving my CB grade exam. At that time, I was in having guidance, so I learned that both consistency and guidance is very important. Uh, yeah,
It is fine, I guess. So such a good message that the consistency and dedication is the thing that you have to have, and through that you
guidance too.
yeah,
Guidance.
guidance. The consistency and the guidance you should have, then only you will be able to clear the exam, and that will give you a boost. The guidance will give you the boost for your consistency also. So thank you very much for coming, Dias. It was really nice having you and talking with you. Such a humble person you are, and I can see the happiness that you have, and such a great job that you have cracked. And I hope that you do such good in the future also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All the very best for the future.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.